All right. Hi, Ken. We are on episode 2, and our topic today is product lead times. So, question for you. Transparency around lead time has been something of a struggle for B2B firms. So, why are companies afraid to show lead time?
Honestly, Kris, because it's a publicly available commitment, right? I mean, it's a difficult thing to get over if somebody can take a screenshot of it and then bring it back to you later on in the buying process, right? In fact, I've got a great, very recent story. My wife and I were looking for a new dining room table. Not a very fun shopping experience for me, certainly, but my wife loves it. After many, many conversations of finding one, she ordered one on a furniture retailer site just yesterday. Well, guess what? This morning, they canceled the order. It said it was in stock. It said what the lead time was, but they still took the order, ran the credit card, but then still canceled the order at the end of the day. Lead time and setting expectations of customers as to when they're going to get the product is a basic, fundamental expectation of customers. You've got to make sure you're closing that gap. You've got to somehow get over that. Just because it's digital, it's no different than what it is if somebody interacts with someone in customer service or a salesperson, or they walk into a distributor location, right? Is that if somebody has an expectation that they need to know when this product is going to be delivered because their deadlines, their projects depend on it, you've got to share the information.
Yeah, so obviously I know so well that lead time is really important for that. We happen to be recording this during a time where supply chain is really challenged and companies are concerned about lead time. Do you have any comments you'd want to say regarding putting lead time out there when supply chain is constrained and people don't always have the confidence today in this environment that they're going to deliver with what's currently in their system? So what do you say to that?
So at the end of the day, your customers expect it. At the end of the day, if a customer is going to pick up the phone and talk to customer service, your customer service person is going to give them a number. Now, where they're getting that number, how you're determining that number, that's the internal operations of the supply chain within the organization to make some of those commitments, right? But if you think about why this is so difficult digitally and within a website, you also have to keep in mind the complexity underneath the scenes of the organization. In a lot of these cases, a manufacturer's website may be relying upon supply chain, back office, lead times coming from a business unit or a division, right? And those lead times coming in from that division are being fed into a larger ERP system. And that ERP system at the larger side of the corporation is now being tapped into and being shared within a product page experience provided by companies like Gen Alpha, right? If you just think about that part number page just for a second, lead time is not something you're pulling in from a e-commerce tool, typically being coming in from an ERP. Well, if the actual right number from the division that's manufacturing the product, for instance, is giving you a different number than what's in your current ERP, you're set up for some difficult conversations with customers.
That's right. Yeah, so it takes good planning, good organization, and best practices in your ERP, right? Good stuff. So let's leave the audience with some homework. What should companies go implement today in order to meet customer expectations around lead time visibility online?
Yep. So if you're going to be selling or quoting online, what you need to make sure that you're doing is you're driving traffic to the ones that you have the highest degree of confidence in lead time performance on. Start the conversation there. Even if they're not your top sellers, for instance, you can always take that 80-20 look within your revenue to find those smaller sets of part numbers that you typically have in stock anyways. That's why they're your highest sellers. Start your conversations there. Start your planning and promotions around those products because you know that you have a higher degree of confidence in what you're going to be displaying to a customer. But you've got to display it to the customer. It's a necessity in today's B2B buying experience. Because if you're not showing it, there's plenty of other options for buyers to go source and identify their product from somebody else. Don't give them that chance. Meet their expectations by delivering them content and information you have inside your tools anyways. So that's absolutely one to start with. The other one is make sure that your products that you have available, even if they're not buyable, make them quotable, right? Because if a customer can walk into a location of any sort, whether it's a distributor, a division, download it off your website, every single part number that are in those catalogs, a customer should have the same expectation that they can search for it and find it within your website itself. If you're not comfortable showing lead time, you need to make sure that you're giving up options for the customer to take that next step in the buying process with you.
Very good. Lead times are important. Let's get them on the websites. Thank you, Ken. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Kris. Looking forward to the next one.